Let's clear this one thing up, so that people don't wonder, at least the million or two or three who are supposedly watching now. The white blood in your family is how many generations back? Great-grandparents?
Well, since we were brought over here, I would say, let me see, my mother's grandmother, whom she remembered and was raised by, was Senegal. That's French.
Yeah.
Her father was black, and her mother was black. My grandmother, I think, had somebody other than black. But my grandmother was a fierce suffragette. And
was it Cora Calhoun?
Yes, and yes, well, that was her slave, well, whatever, her slave name, Calhoun, and that is my middle name. But she wasn't proud of it. She was only proud of the fact that she knew that she had to be a black woman. That's what she was. So she raised her 4 sons. She migrated there was a great migration from all centers of the South that made this the first urban middle class here in New York and Chicago and Detroit. And she came in a migration with her sister Lena, and whom I was named for. My grandfather, who was married to her, he had a not Cherokee, Blackfoot Indian mother, and somebody that wasn't of his color. But I refuse to even deal with it because it's so mixed up anyway. But I am, both my mom and papa are black, you know.
Yeah.
So,
no one's ever explained, of course, why someone who has one pure white parent and one pure black parent is thereby black rather than a white.
Well, that's, it started because in slavery days and then in emancipation time, if you had one drop of black blood, how they could count one drop in somebody,
And what if you could remove that drop?
Yeah, it could siphon it off, you know. They never did that then. But you were an octoroon or mulatto or whatever. You were never pure white unless it could be proven after they opened you up that all your blood was whatever color it was supposed to be. So that part of that was a hangover. And then when we had our own choice, I mean, our own choices are just inevitable. We are not white. You know, look at me and you. Maybe in the summer you get a little brown, but you and I are not.
A little.
And yours is pretty in its way, and mine is nice in its way.
Yes, there's certainly room for both of us. And I want you to know that some of my best friends are pale.
Listen, you know, during the 60s when I went and really, finally, I gave up singing, and I went and worked with, literally, I thought that always black people rebelled, and I thought that the 60s generation was the only black people that had ever made a fuss about anything. Oh, God, my black people have been protesting and fighting since they were brought here, which is literally true. My grandfather started a paper in Nashville called the Black Advocate, and he politically was involved with being black and teaching black people to, you know, but, you know, we were all so hot in the 60s, we thought we were the ones that had discovered it, you know. But I knew that something, I thought I was all alone in all this anger. And when I went to work with the cause, I found white people just as bad off and just as angry as I was, with the same things to be angry about. A house, a school for the children, a way to earn a wage, you know, a livable wage. And I suddenly said, God, you know, I've been so selfish in this anger. The white people are just as bad off as I am, you know. And I grew more compassionate. That's part of the metamorphosis I was speaking of. So,
you must write another book.
Oh.
Still another book.
I said it all here.